Alright, we are live and ready to go. Just doing a little sound check. Awesome sauce. Picking up from where we left off yesterday, actually, on a rare time where I'm able to do back-to-back streams. So we were in the process of working on our car chase stuff. So what's happening is they're in this giant ship here on the Empire Bones. The ship is called the Empire Bones. The ship type is a Blackwind Annihilator. Gotta start with a quote, of course. Type in Blackwind. Alright, so this is the ship that they're on. It's a massive 6-mile long ship. They have gravity trains that get you throughout the ship. And yesterday, what we did is, so what happens is the group is running around. They have actually boarded this ship right here in this hangar bay and are now trying to get up to here, which is the command deck. There have been a couple alarms going off, so people know they exist and they know they're there. However, they have a couple programs that they've been able to input, that they've been able to take advantage of, that a Eoxian put into this system, and one of them sets an alarm off somewhere else, so it sends troops and security to that location, which keeps them away from their location. The other thing they have is a software that masks them from any kind of robots, drones, security cameras, so they don't show up on anything electronic. So they have input all their signatures, heat signatures, and biosignatures into this program, so they don't show up on any kind of electronics. However, last time they stole a grav train, so the grav train does show up. So the bone troopers on this ship do have a little bit of an inkling they exist and that they're there. So what I did was I went ahead and we set up the battle map. So the battle map is maybe, where did I put it? Let's see. So yesterday we made 3 handouts to give to the players dealing with vehicle combat. They have done vehicle combat in the past, so it's not completely foreign to them. They actually did a vehicle combat sort of theater of the mind without these helpful things last time, because as like I said, they don't show up on the electronics, but this fact that the stolen thing is there, plus these troopers were able to set an alarm, trigger an alarm before they left the last location. And so as their grav train left, the security grav train came along behind them. Here's the map we made last week for the grav trains. This is generated by an AI, the image was. I went through how I did that. And this is them shooting from their grav train, and this is the security grav train. So what I want to do first, before we finish up on the map, so let me finish my train of thought here. So they are now hidden in a maintenance bay, and one of the maintenance bays here, and so they are taking a long rest. When they're finished with that long rest, they're then going to start working their way up. In that process, they're going to be attacked again, and we're going to have another chase. Each one of these locations that they go to has different things that happen. I'm going to minimize this. So if you right click on the image, click minimize, that'll just make this little circle that you can move around, and then all you do is click it and it opens it again. Right click, minimize, it puts it back up here. Alright, so in my story index down here, I have in my hotkey, my hotbar, you can see here chase environmental zones. This is what we added to that map. So as they move from A to B to C to D through these different cargo zones, then different things will happen. So for example, if they go into the drift engines, then there's reality warping power that allows them to, gives them a -2 to all of their attack rolls for grenades and bullets and things like that, because it's warping reality. So they have a -2 when they're trying to shoot in between these things. Let me pull up. I want the other map. Not map. I want the other image. Where did the image go with the... Here it is. Boink. So here's the map that shows the attacks as the security train came behind them. This is the other one I want to put on there. So I'm just typing, this is the message of the day. This pops up anytime. If you have message of the day typed in, it'll pop up as soon as they log in. Before they can even get their characters, this pops up in front of them. I try to keep it short because I have a hard enough time getting them to read it at all. But with us playing every other week, I do like to keep them. It's very frustrating as a player to not remember what's going on, not remember what we're doing here. Why are we at this location at all? So this message of the day, try to get them some clue as to what's happening, a little glimpse behind the curtain. Maintenance bay for a long rest. They also leveled up. Level up. So we're going to go ahead and pop this puppy in there, grab train chase. So you can link images, maps, which are considered images, into pretty much anywhere, onto another image, within storylines, within even quotes and things that are shared within the chat to the players. So this case, and you just 90% of the time you just grab the piezo symbol, the little ribbon, little blue dude, however you want to call it, drag it down into, like I just did, left click and drag, let go, boom, there it is. Alright, so this is, I just need to change the time because the time is now different. So I keep a calendar. I've gone on over how to keep calendars in a couple of them. A couple different of these tutorials, streams. So I try to keep them up to date when I can, again with a little blurb. Alright, after looting the bodies and heading to the brig, they head to the grav station and fight the guards. So that happened at 10:30. So by 11, they leave. This is military time. I always use military time in my calendars because it's easier for me. I honestly don't know how often my players check the calendar, if ever. But they do have access to them and they can see what they were doing on any given day. So help them catch up to what's happening. Head to the grav station to fight the guards. One of the guards set off an alarm. They did turn off the alarm. But as they leave the station, a security train tries to stop them. $11:15. They evade the security and find a maintenance bay to have a long rest and level up. So I typically do 10 hours, so that's going to be 2100 is when they're done with their long rest. So we're going to round it down a little bit to 2130. They finish their long rest. Don't know what they're doing. We'll find out. So the time is 9:30 p.m. Message of the day is finished. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to finish off. So as they're doing this race to the death, so here's whoever converted this one did a great job by putting the vehicle chase core rulebook rules right here. You can share this with your players. They can then also click forward ahead and it tells them these things I showed. I have them shared with that I made all these three things, so it's great. So what I'm going to do is open up the fighting map again, which is this one, and then I'm going to link these three. So the core, open it. It's typically easier to open it and then just link it from there. You may have to do that. I don't remember off the top of my head. There we go. So vehicle chases, and I'm going to right click on this, make the link shareable. So now anybody can open this. I'm going to actually put it right here so they can see that. And then I'm also going to put the other things I made for them. 1, 2, 3. What happened to the other one? Example 1, example 2. There we go. I'm going to put those in here as well. I'm going to rename this to Pilot Actions During Chases. Or I'll say in chases. It may not be as grammatically correct, however, it's shorter. So again, we will drop this on here. Right click, make it, right click, make link shareable. Separate them a little bit so what I just did doesn't happen as much. Right click, make link shareable. Vehicle chase example 1. And I had made these when I did my vehicle chase in my other campaign. So because I shared them, saved them rather to my Starfinder image folder, I can then pull them up anytime I need them, which is what I did. Boom. Boom. Alright, so now they've got those 4 links. I also had those 4 links. Close it. Close it. I do want to open it back up, and because I want to put the encounter here, I am now going to increase this. I'm either going to put 2 of these or increase the number of people. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. So this one is not shareable. There we go. So now I have access to that when they leave. So the way it works is, as I said, they're trying to get up to where they want to go. They can go from one location to the other. I want to make sure I have all the locations because I have a feeling I'm missing a couple. So let's open this back up. Here are the chase environments. So there should be 1, 2, 3. So let me open up the other. So go to my images. I want to open up the one that has the labels. With labels, let's check and see if battery and reserve is the same location, or if they are different locations. Batteries and reserve power core is 22. It is the same. Okay. Minimize again. Right click. Move this up where it's a little out of the way. I can grab it when I need it without having to look for it. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And make sure the science and necromancy labs are at the same place. or if there are different ones. Let's see. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate Joker's Chosen jumping in with a raid. Thank you so much. Welcome. See if I've got my trigger working. Yep. So Joker's Chosen plays with us in the D&D campaigns. So come by and check it out. You can also go to the Hues and the Tubes and see him when we play. So right now we're doing these people are on this ship. It's a 6-mile long ship run by undead, and they're trying to work their way through and get from one area to another. Because it's so big, there are gravity trains that take them from point A to point B, and so I am in the process of building them a map. So they're on the right here right now. For example, they're here in a maintenance base. They can follow the trail to the maneuvering thrusters, back to the main transit corridors, or they can go down to the launch and recovery decks. And so they're going to be using this once I'm finished. They want to work their way up to here, which is the command deck. They want to try to take over the ship and drive it into this other thing called the Stellar Degenerator that can destroy a sun. And they don't want it in the hands of these undead people or anybody, so they're going to destroy it. Alright, so we're looking for the Science and Necromancy labs right here. It is number 5. They are together. Alright, so do my count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there should be 18 plus the transit corridors, or 18 not counting the transit corridors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so I am missing 5 to be exact. So let's see which ones I've got. Go to my story entries. So we need this one up so we know where everything is. We will minimize it. Right click on here to minimize it. Atomic Hero Squad, welcome, welcome. Oh hey, you were hanging out with Joker's Chosen. Awesome. Good to see friends hanging out together. Yeah, so Atomic has actually listened and was lurking a while for the last time these guys did their gravity train fights. And so he saw before I had all this fancy stuff made for them what it was like. Theater of the mind. Alright, so let's go to my story entries, see which ones I'm missing. Go up here to the parts Dead Sun 6. We are in the morrow. Okay, so we're gonna go down the list here. Chase environmental zones is right here. Battery and power core, yes. Cargo, check. Crew, check. Drift, check. Engineering, check. Main, computer, main engines, maintenance bays. Main engine and main power core. Are they different things? Oh yeah, sorry. Maintenance bays, transit quarters, maneuvering thrusters. There we go. That's what I missed. That one. the primary and secondary launch recovery decks. Perfect. Primary sensor deck. Science and Necromancy Labs. Aha. That's the other thing. So we're missing Science and Necromancy Labs and the gun decks. So because there are 3 of them, primary, secondary, and tertiary, like we did with the launch and recovery decks, we need to make 2 more copies. So we go copy, just left click and drag it down a little bit and let go. Boom. So now I made 2 more copies of that. I want to open up each one. So click, left click, left click, left click. If I was smart, what I would have done is gotten rid of all this stuff and then made a copy of that. But I forgot, so it's no big deal. Alright. Gonna make some food. Making jambalaya. Ah, good for you. Enjoy that jamba. Alright. That's right, and if you take out all the solids, all you have left is jamba juice, which is a store we have around here. Alright, so I have that one, and then I need the... I don't even see the science on here, so let's open up this link instead to see where it is. A.02.1. Okay, so that is a mistake. There is no science. Let's because there's not another page on this. Ooh, they made a mistake, baby. Okay, well, curious. So what we do is we go back up here to all, and we go to science, and let's just see. Science Officer Actions, Dead 6, Part 2, Part 1. Okay. So, I remember what that is. Yeah, so they don't exist, man. We'll try labs and see what happens. Yeah. It's not here. So, had shrimp Sammy's. Shrimp in a sandwich? Is Sammy's short for sandwich? Or is that a specific thing I'm not aware of? Seems like a sandwich would hide some of the taste of the shrimp. Interesting. Alright, so what do you do in this case? Yep, it's a po' boy kind of thing. Okay. Okay, cool. I have never had that. Let's see. So these are my Dawn of Flame books. If you're paying attention, we're doing Dead Sons. Alright, so let's look up. This is the environmental zones. We'll see where the mistake is. Here it is. Environmental zones. Science and Necromancy Labs. Yeah. It is a mistake in the story. And the person that converted it. The nice thing is, this is very rare. I don't know that I've ever seen. Usually these are checked and double checked. And tomorrow. And you might see a misspelled word here and there, or something minor like that, but not typically something like this. Alright, so this is 4, 3, 13, 14, so we want 4, 3, 15. Now, when you're converting these things, because I have done many of them myself, I don't want to delete, I want to make a new item. There it is. 04, 03, 15, Science and Necromancy Labs. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to open this, delete this from wherever this came from, just backspace over it and get rid of it, and then we'll drag this over, and then as I make changes to it, we'll get rid of the word story and all this extra crap. There we go. So now as I make changes to it, it will update on this page automatically. But what I'm saying is, normally I can just copy and paste from the PDF to fill this in. But because I don't have the PDF, I just have the copy. I got to do what I'm not very good at, which is type this sucker in. Nice, good thing is it's like one long sentence. Alright, so negative energy altered attacks is the title of this. So this is Control 2. Negative energy Alright, let's see how these other ones were done. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Oh, I see. Okay. So what they did is this is that, and they made this the actual, they just repeated this, so that's fine. Control C, Control V. Boom. Negative energy altered attacks. Alright, and now I go here to the story entry again. Actually, let's go. Oh, it's not 0, it's 4. 4 3 15. Here we go. And now we make copies of this. Copy. Boom. We will open this one up because we're going to mess with it in a minute. But this is the original, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so it says the years of necromantic. Research and rituals. Performed in this section. Of the ship. Cause all attacks. In these zones. That deal bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage to deal in additional 1d10 negative energy damage to living targets, and most of what they're fighting is undead. Alright, so the necromancy labs hurt the living. Not really that surprising. So now we close this, and like I said, right here on this page, click, there it is. Make sure I typed it right. I need a space here. The years of necromantic, oops, that's a S. Search and rituals performed in this section for the ship of the ship cause all attacks in these zones that deal bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage to deal an additional 1d10 negative energy damage to living targets. Perfect. Boom. There we go. So now we can add this one. We get rid of the word copy. We add, what happened? Boink. Get rid of the word copy. We go up here at A like we did with all the other ones in the storyline. See, for 15A. Close this, and then we put it on the map. We gotta find it first on the map with the labels. This is the Science Necromancy, which is number 5, which is the green vats. Gotcha. Right click, minimize. Goes right back where we left it. Here we go. Green vats. Go there. We share this. Make it shareable. We open this one. For me. There we go. Alright, so now all we have left is the primary, secondary, tertiary gun decks. We'll close this. We will go, remember we had them open before. So we unlock it. Get rid of the word, copy. Go up here to, and we're just going to say primary. Gun deck. This is going to be A. 4312A. And now we need to find it. The primary gun deck. Let's see. Secondary. Launch. Number 20. So that's right underneath the red lines. The other thing we need to do is get rid of this. There we go. This is for the players. Alright, so this is the red, below the red lines, I think I said. Right click, make it shareable. Go to the primary, secondary, tertiary gun decks and add this link here. Click. And we double check and make sure that it's correct. Primary gun decks is 20, the one below the red. Yep, perfect. Secondary gun decks are number 9, which is between the red and blue. Between the red and blue. So we'll link my link to it. Between the red and blue. My link. And then we go here. So that we're done with this one. So we close it. Open up. Guess what? This is going to be, after we unlock it, this is going to be the B. This is going to be secondary. And we get rid of the word copy. Get rid of all the text. Like I said, had we gotten rid of the word, had we gotten rid of all that text, it would be one last thing I have to do when I made the copies. No big deal. Alright, so this one is between the red and the... Here it is, between the red and blue. Grab the piezo symbol, left click, drag, drop, right click, make it link shareable. And the last one is unlock, get rid of copy, get rid of the primary and secondary, make this C, get rid of all this text, and we find out where it is. Where is the tertiary gun deck? Tertiary gun deck number 1. Right up here on top. Okay. Close this. We don't need it anymore. Take this, drop it here. Right click. Go to the primary, secondary, tertiary for me and drop it here, both. Alright, so now all we have to do is connect the dots. See, pretty cool. So when your players look at this map, they won't have the red dot, the red pins. They'll only be able to see the green pins. Alright, so we've got this bottom part done. We go here to our painting layer, click on our tracks. I was hoping, cancel. I was hoping it would save it from yesterday. It did not. I keep clicking this stupid button. Alright, so we have tracks. So now we just need to remember what we did yesterday. I think I have a good idea. We go here. Open up our assets. Go to, and it's already open too. See, it kept it here, so that's good. It makes one less thing we have to worry about. The tracks we used were these because I wanted them to be visible as tracks. So we used the ones that were bigger spaced. Drag it over, we drop it here, and boom. You click this, you want to make sure that you're not filling, not using the fill, you're just doing the stroke. Make sure you're on the line. The size, we change this to 0.5, enter, and then because they were really large and I didn't want them that large, I changed this, undid the aspect lock, so now they're not both changing at the same time, and I only changed the width to 0.3. So it's not as wide, but it is maintaining that space. Enter. Okay, and then the last thing we need to do is change the color. So the tint we used was like a dark blue. So let's go to here. There we go. So as we zoom in, it's pretty close. If you want it to be really anal, we can that's pretty much the same. Yep. Okay. Alright, so now we'll take these one at a time. I don't want to get crazy. And let's draw our images where they can go. So this is the, from here they can go to the central lines. So we'll draw it there. They can also go up to here. From here, he can go up to there, or he can go to the central corridor. From here, he can also go to the central corridor. Alright, so from here, the turret's main gun deck, they can cruise along to the central corridor. Or I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's make it a little bit easier to see, since we're just going to be working on this top section now. They can also go down to the command deck. From the command deck, they can go down to there, or they can also go to the central zone. Here, they can go down to the next zone. The next zone. We're just doing little loops to show that they can go to all the ones that are adjacent. Or he can also go up to here. Boom. And then all of these guys can also go to the main one. The main central corridor. Cool. So now, what will happen is, as they are racing along, we will switch over to play so I don't accidentally add weird layers and stuff to this. Let's make sure it worked. Yes, it did. Okay. You can turn this off. So all the lines are gone. Boom. All the lines are gone. And the sky is gray. Alright, so as they go into here, the combo mat. So actually the first step is they're in the maintenance bay. And I want to get a token maintenance bay. So they're in here, and so from here they can decide, okay, I want to go central corridor, maneuvering thrusters, or the launch and recovery deck. They decide which way they want to go, and then at some point they're going to get attacked. So they go up to the crew quarters. Now the crew quarters send in a message saying, "Hey, we've got intruders." So now, as they get ready to leave the crew quarters, this other security tram shows up, and they fight. As they fight, during the fight, they can speed up and leave this section, or they can stay in the section just by maneuvering around the section. So they can stay in the crew quarters, or they can leave. The crew quarters only take them to the major transit corridors, and then from the major transit corridors, they can then travel anywhere else they want to go. Each section has its own little quirks. Like the crew quarters, there are troops there waiting to ride these trams, and they will shoot at them just for fun. So they each get shot at, stuff like that. So it's fun, it's cool, nice little things that happen as you go along here. I am also going to put their tokens on this map down below, I believe. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put them to the side. So let's go to the combat tracker, because they, like I said, they get to shoot at people, cast spells. This is the party sheet. I did not want the party sheet. I wanted the combat tracker. So let me close this. If you just drag the green symbol, it grabs all the tokens, throws them over here. So we will just line them up along the bottom. So this will allow them to, and as the bad guys show up, they'll be along the top. This will allow them to target people and stuff like that. Once I add them to the comic tracker, I can then put them over here. Alright, so that they're ready to go. We'll make Five a little bit smaller because he's a mouse boy. He's a mouse boy. Alright. Cool, so we're done with this section, we're done with this part. The only thing I wanted to do is have a little token click for the train. Let's see, I don't think I have anything. I may just have to find a nice little token. I might try to find like the actual we have train cars. We don't have any engines. So there's a map set. Let me get rid of this. I just don't remember what it's called. Let me see. Symbol. Symbol? Here we go. Regional map symbols, GM symbols, numbers, letters, symbols. Alright, so let's go with this one first. Cool, cool. I like that. I didn't know they had those things. Up. Let's go back up one. Type in symbols again. Monster symbols? What is this? This makes me curious. Combatant, expert, spell. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Nice. Okay, anyway, back to this. Fancy grounds, GM symbols. Symbols, symbols. Let's see what this is. That's what I was looking for. I have a boat. Looking for like a wagon, you know, or something that was even close to a train. Boat might not be bad. Might be pretty fun. Symbols. Okay, that's the same place. Okay. Symbols. Okay. Let me go back to symbols. Oops. Symbol. Lots of space to explore on these maps. Yep. Magic symbols. Most of them aren't actual locations. They're just places that they're zipping through on the grav train. They eventually want to get up to the command deck. That's really the only place that has maps and fights and things. Regional map symbols. What? That's it? This isn't that bad. I think I'll use this one for the symbol for the party and where they are on that map. It's not bad. I like it. So we'll go to our Black Wind Annihilator map. Zoom in. Slap this puppy. They're in the maintenance bays. That's a PNG. It's not. Is it a token? It is not. Okay, so that just means I'm gonna have to go here to move it every time they move. So let's see if I can tokens. Let's see. Symbol. Nope, no asset found. Okay. Let's try train. Train. Alright, so now we're back where we were. Do we want to make this a token, or do we want to leave it as a layer that I had to move? If it's a token, they can move it themselves. It's also one less couple clicks I have to do to move it. It's also darker than I would want it to be, and it's not as funny as I was hoping. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I originally planned and go to the interwebs. Alright. Ask me anything. Let's go with line art train symbol image. Right there. I love it. This one or this one, I think. I like either of those two, A or B. Don't need the big red thing around it. This is a tiny little... Actually, I like this guy. Bigger version of the same thing. I don't need anything that thick. See if there's anything else that floats in my boat. I don't think there is. Alright, so let's see. Is this one free? No, he is not free. Oakley dokley. How about the same exact thing? Where'd he go? Him. Nope, that's the same place. Wonder why they have it twice. Alright, let's try this guy. Nope, same place. Same place. Okay, so let's try this one. Free line art train symbol. Here we go. Doesn't really look like a train. It looks like a truck with a pickup one on the back. Bing to the rescue. Yep, I use them all. I've got Bing. If you go here, it's now Yahoo. I also can go to google.com. I just don't really care. And being the obstinate person I am, I always prefer just to do what everybody else is not doing. So since everybody else uses Google, I'll start with Bing and with Yahoo, and then if nothing works, then I'll go to somebody else. Alright, so this one is free, so we will take this. It is a JPEG. I want it to be a PNG. Actually, I don't think it matters, but let's go to save image. We're gonna just drop it into downloads for now to where it is. Perfect. We're just gonna say train symbol save. Close. Oops, I didn't want to close it. It's alright, we'll come back. Because you want to make a token. So to make tokens, you go to rolladvantage.com. It is the best ever. Choose image. Go to downloads. Go to a terrain. Open. Boom. Pick our border for our image. I think this one, I want the weird one. Where'd the weird one go? Here it is. Boom. There you go. See, that's what our thing looks like. We want the border tint on this one to be bright and yellow. There we go. Bright yellow. going to shift it just a little bit. There we go. To here. Download. What's it going to look like right here. Now we go into Fantasy Grounds. I'm going to keep this just in case I ever need a train token. And we will make it train. Save. Now we close it. So now we go to our assets. Click refresh folder assets. And there she is. The train. Bam. See, isn't that more fun than just a weird thing, and I can move it easily. Boom. There we go. So right now they're in the maintenance bays. So that's where they are. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So they can easily move where they want to go. Following the tracks to get where they want to go. Alright, so now that we're done with all this mess, I expect, let's see who did the, go back to the party sheet. So Fievel still needs to level up, and Zuriel needs to level up. So I have two people who still need to level up. That'll probably take a few minutes. And then it should take about half hour to 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on how much the fight is. Yeah, I forgot about the fight. So that should pretty much take up most of the time for the session. Is doing the fight. Doing the fight on the tram, on the grab train, because the other security cars are going to show up. I might even have them do it once or twice, but I think this next time they're going to come upon them, and the grab train, the security train is going to be in front of them before they realize what it is. Anyway, let's see. Alright, so Dendron, I don't really... so we talked about them leveling up. So the two things that I'm toying between doing are looking at the next encounter and making sure that's all set up, and checking their characters. So let's check their characters because that's more immediate. The next encounter probably isn't even going to happen the next section, so I'm not worried about that. So let's go to look at their characters, shall we? We will close down the combat tracker for a minute. Close this down. This is them in all their glory. This is to scale, by the way. The ship is not, but the characters are. So the drow is the tallest, with Fievel being the shortest, and her little Arakanid here. So let's go to characters. Underneath players, you go to the characters tab, and that opens them up. I'm going to move this over here. So Dendron is pretty much set. She's really good at setting her own coding everything, so I really don't have to worry about Dendron that much. We're going to go ahead and kill this guy. He was a player who was not able to join us as they wanted. Alright, so let's take a look at Nosy. So if you're in Dungeons and Dragons on Fantasy Grounds Unity, battery is very low. Okay. So my battery for my watch apparently. Oh, this one doesn't have it. Okay. So gotta charge my watch. Give me a second here. So I can talk while I do this. So if you're use D&D and play use Fantasy Grounds Unity for D&D 5e, there's a lot of coding that's done already, built in, so you don't have to worry about as much. A lot of the spells are done for you and things like that. There are also packs you can buy from Rob 2E, the number 2 and letter E, that do a lot of the coding for you. Makes life a lot simpler. Starfinder, not as much. So a lot of the spells do exist and have stuff, but a lot of the character interaction, all the different codings for the feats, stuff like that, are all different things that have to be coded if you want them to have access to that. So you can see I've done a lot of that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I do this every once in a while, every 3 levels or so. I try to go through and make sure everything is coded for them so they have access to it. Looks like he's missing a feat. Improved initiative. That's what it is, so it's improved initiative. I like to initiative note what levels all these came from. Typically over here and over here I'll put like 4, stuff like that. Oh, there we go. So like I said, I'd like to do this every 2 or 3 levels just to make sure everything is coded the way it should be, and up to date like it should be. So, for example, Research Maven is at level 12. To level 6. Alright, so let's see. Let's go down. Let's check combat tracker. I am going to use it after all. So we'll check 5-volt. Does he have tip of the tongue up here? He does not. So, oh, this is Nosy. What am I thinking? Nosy. Here it is. She does not. Alright, so she has resist electricity and sonic. I wonder why. She has her communalism, reroll attack or skill check, cultural fascination. Alright, that's built in. Improved initiative. Let's make sure her initiative is good. That gives her a +4 to initiative. So we go to main and we make sure. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I don't think she should have 7. Her dex is +3. Yeah, so that gives her a miscellaneous bonus in her initiative of +4. Perfect. So she has a +7 to her initiative, which is nice. Alright, going back to her actions. Alright, so tip of the tongue should have something here. It shows whether or not she's used it. So let's remind her communalism. She has it. She's just like this. It's almost the same, going to be the same thing. So we're going to add, and then we're going to go here to right click here, and you go to add action, and this is an effect. The apply to self. This is, and then we open this up to type it. Tip of the tongue. I always like to say what it is that's doing it. Otherwise, it would just say re-roll, but it doesn't say what causes it or why is it. Well, it's tip of the tongue in this case. All right. I also make sure when I build these and code them, I put the original, so I don't have to go to her abilities. It's linked right here on her actions page. All right. So reroll any skill check to recall knowledge. Reroll, recall, knowledge, check. Close it. And then we add it to her in the combat tracker. So now she has this here. That is tip of the tongue. Okay, boom. Because I had it, I just didn't have the right added to combat tracker. The reason it's there is it reminds her, so as a player, in theory, she should be looking and skimming through these. And if this is a little confusing, it's like Dendron, who has a lot because her player is amazing. You can just click here on the effects. You can see all the effects that they have on them. Boom, and you can just look through this. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, boom, 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 boom. So, and you can also, there as players, if you're the one that added them, you can turn them on and off. As the DM, you can make these visible only to the DM. If I add them, for example, I can change them and stuff. So, speaking of which, let's make sure that the effect is visible to all. It is. Okay. So if I wanted this, see, it says only to visible to GM or visible to all. All right, research Maven. You can research faster. So this would be a theme feature from her background. So that would be, I don't have one here for background. Some of the characters I did it that way. This, I mean, the background is theme, so I'm saying the same thing, just different ways. So the theme feature she has is based on her. It's background is the same thing as theme. That's what I'm trying to say. She's a scholar, so because she's a scholar, she has this ability. This one I'm not that concerned about, just because of the situation. I could add it there under actions. Like I said, a lot of times I will put their theme as its own category. So I think, no, she's pretty good to go. I think she's got everything else done. What does medical expert do? You can use the medicine skill in conjunction with a med patch or spray splash as a full action. Normally it takes 1 minute. Okay. All right. To treat deadly wounds as a full action. Okay. All right. Toughness should already be incorporated in there. For every character level, you gain 1 stamina. So this should all be incorporated in her stamina. And I honestly don't know if I can even change it. Yeah, I'm not even, a mod is 10. There we go. So she's 13. She should have 13. Perfect. She also, so I don't know what's giving her the resistance. Let's see. Is that the feet? See, this is why I don't like these like this. I want to know where she's getting this resistance from. If it's from a magic item or something, it should be on there. Alright, so Mind Link, Healing Touch. I'm just looking to see if it's here. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Why this is delete. Alright, alright, so let's check a couple things. Let's check this channel skill. I don't remember exactly how that works. So let's open it up and see, make sure she's good to go. You get a +1 to her medicine and her mysticism. Increases by 1 at 5th level and every 3 levels after 5th. So 5, 8, and 11. So she should have a plus 3 to her. No, 1 plus 5 is 2. 3 plus 4. Channel skill plus 4. Perfect. So the question is, does it show in mysticism and medicine? Let's check. Medicine. Miscellaneous. Let's make sure this is. It is a SU. Yep. And mysticism. Yes. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So that part is correct. Her healer's bond. Healing channel. Robin is playing Stardew Valley. Wow. Okay. Let's make sure her healing channel is correct. Let's go to her actions. Healing channel. Let's open this up. And look at what it says. Straight 88. Alright, so let's see. You can spend a resolve to healing yourself as a move, healing an ally you touch as a standard, or all allies within 30 feet as a full. 2d8 hit points at level 1. And is increased by 2d8 at 3rd. So at 3rd is 4. 5, 6, 7 is 6. 8, 9, 10 is 8. 11, 12, 13, which he just turned, is 10. So this should be 10d8. So we'll add 2 more. 1, 2. So now it should say 10d8. Yep. Perfect. Lifelink. Start your turn. You choose an ally who's taking hit points. Transfer wounds to yourself. Up to your mystic level to your hit points. Okay. I thought this could be put in there as, yeah, you can. Caster level. So why does it say 9? That's dumb. She's 13. Even. Odd. I don't understand what that is, so we'll go +4. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not doing the bonus is +4. Okay, so that's fixed. Mystic Strike should already be up here. Mystic Strike, weapon damage is magic, yep. Steal Life, I think I already looked at. As a standard action, you spend a resolve at level 9. 1d6 for every 2 mystic levels you have. So she has 13, so it should be doing 66. It is doing 46. There you go. See, so this is why we check. So instead of 46, it should be doing 6. Dice, even caster level. See, again, it's 4. This is wrong. What's her main? Her says 13. That's just weird. Yeah. Alright, so bonus. Actually I can't, so let's just do plus 2d6. So if you do the bonus, if I put plus 4, it would just do 4d6 plus 4. So go back to our actions. Now it's doing 66 because I have it twice. Yeah, that's just weird. I don't understand what's going on. Okay, so everything else is good to go. Wait a minute. This is Mystic Strike. So this is passive, so I'm going to change this. Did I do it correctly? I did it correctly. Alright, so we're going to move this one down to under passive. Nope, wrong button. Wrong button. Control Z. Ah, dadgummit, I did the wrong. Close it, thank you. Can I open it? Let's see. Open this. Removing this because I added this by mistake. Alright, let's open it. And now let's see, can I add it like this? No, we just added it to life science. Alright, open this. Number of sections, so there we go, 2. And then let's close this again. Alright, so we take this out. And let's see, can we just add it this way? Sort of. So now we'll add it here. This is Mystic Strike feet. Actually, no, this is not a feat. This is a character ability. Mystic. Alright, so why doesn't it have the effect? Boo! Okay. Alright, so let's open this up and see what in the world is going on here, folks. It is not an attack, no. Come on. I added this. Plus add item. There it is. I just had it closed. Okay. Click. So I'm not sure what's happening here, so we'll just do it the hard way. Boom. Level 9. This is a feat. Okay. I was right the first time. It is a feat. Class, any spellcaster. Mystic Strike. Feat. Alright. Close, close. 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 Now we right click, we add an action, which is an effect. And in this case, it is this one. Open it. Open it. Control C, Control V. This is to yourself. And then we get rid of this one. And we check to make sure, yep, it's there. Okay, good. Oops. I'm a silly person. Alright, so now we go here to the effects. And we get rid of the one we just added from by mistake. Alright. Alright, so we still don't know why she supposedly has these bonuses, but hey, I'm going to leave them for now. I'll ask when next time we play. If they can't remember, we'll delete them. Otherwise, we'll leave them that way for now. Alright, so Nosy has been taken care of. Double checking, yep, 6K. Looking at all the damages and weapons and stuff, making sure. Yep. Okay, all this other stuff is done. Yeah, so it looks like she's good to go. Spells is up to them. I did want to get some summon creature. Alright, so she picked summon creature 4. So let's open this up. Let's check this out and see what it says. 4. When you summon creatures, a 4th level spell, summon 1 creature from 4th level summoning list, or 3 creatures from a lower level list. So in the notes I have summon creature list. And look at that, I have level 3 and level 4. Perfect. So they are ready to go. Q. Alright, so if you had any questions on how I coded that stuff, let me know. Close that. Boom. Weapon is magic. You just have to type in magic to the damage type. Very simple. Alright, so that's good for now. I'm not going to worry about the rest of these people right this second. We just need to get Fievel and... was it Zerael? Zerael and Fievel need to go up to level 13 before... at some point, I will let the players know that, hey, we got to do that. So, thanks for hanging out with me, Atomic. Joker, thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it, and the raid. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all that happiness. Check out if you want to know more about Starfinder and see how all this plays out. The chase rules and how they're going to run around in the giant ship there. Come check it out. It is this Sunday, so that would be the October of 15th. Yes, October 15th, and then the 29th, etc. Every 2 weeks, and every off week we do Dead Suns. So lots of Starfinder on Sunday nights from 5:30 to 8 on Pacific time. Let me see, I have that one, and then I have check it on using the tubes. You can see how they got to this point, and it should be sked. Yep, there's my schedule. So these are all in Pacific times. Tonight we're doing some D's and the other D's, so come back by in a little while, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.